Hello everyone, Nick of StreetPass Princeton here to play another episode of Pokemon Omega Ruby. And in this sort of episode, I'll be focusing on, what am I going to say? Oh yeah, I forgot. Gym badges. So, I went to PAX Prime for the PAX Prime because, you know, it's fun and I love it. And along the way, I got to battle some of the gym trainers. So, I only battled, like, 2. So, I don't have very many battles to upload. So, I do want to showcase the 2 battles, because I think they're very important to showcase. So, we're going to do the first one. And the first one was Game Master. So, he had, like, a certain... his theme was that you had to roll a die, and he had special themes. And I got the Crypt, which was basically all ghost Pokemon. So, I was like, oh, okay. So I did my typical rain team, Politoed, Frostlass, Scizor, Ludicolo, Jolteon, and Gengar. He also has a Gengar as well as Cofagrigus, Dusclops, Spiritomb, I think, which is that weird one with that base that you get in the 4th gen, Miss Magius, I think I pronounced that right, and, okay, that tree one, which always escapes me from Gen 6, but I can't think of it on the top of my head. But anyway, that's his team, that's my team, so let's get started. So Game Master issues the challenge. What happens? I send out Rainmaker because, hey, I need to call forth the rain. So he goes for Strahd, which is, I think, Trevenant? I think that's what it's called. I think it's Trevenant. But anyway, I call the rain, and so he frisks and finds I have a Damp Rock. So I go for Ice Beam because I'm like, Ice Beam is strong against grass. So Ice Beam does pretty good damage, and he goes for Will-O-Wisp, and I'm like, too bad I'm only a special attacker and not a physical attacker, because that burn did nothing. So don't need to worry about a burn heal on this one. So anyway, Rainmaker goes for another Ice Beam, and I believe this takes out Trevenant, aka Strahd, and it's crit. So yeah, he's out. And I did a pretty good job. So get hit by the burn, and I'm like, okay, not too bad. So, he comes in with Vecna, and Vecna is Cofagrigus. So I'm like, okay, Hydro Pump. Hydro Pump should do a lot of damage. So Hydro Pump does really great damage, almost killing it, but he goes for the Nasty Plot. I'm like, okay, he's setting up. So, luckily I'm faster, so I'm just going to keep going for the Hydro Pump again. Because maybe, I mean, the lefties aren't going to give him very much recovery. So I'm thinking, I'm fine. And the burn doesn't really do much damage to me. So, I try again for Hydro Pump, and he withdraws his Cofagrigus. And I'm like, oh, okay, so he saw where this was going. So, go for Cos, which is his Spiritomb. I'm just like, okay, what's Spiritomb gonna do? Okay, Pressure, which means that, unfortunately, it's gonna make it, take away my power points more. But I'm like, Cos isn't gonna do much damage, because Cos is very neutral all around in terms of stats. So, he goes for the Sucker, and I'm like, oh, I should have seen that coming. So I go for another Hydro Pump, which will end Spiritomb, but unfortunately the burn will take me out because I'm only at 10 HP. Which isn't great, but I did manage to do a very good job taking him out. So, Politoed will unfortunately faint, but the rain is still up, so I'm still in good shape. I go for Zaputiendo, aka Ludicolo. He goes for Vecna again, and I'm just like, this isn't gonna matter because I have Swift Swim. So Surf, and I'm like, I'm just gonna wash you away. And so, I know, I made that really ridiculous pun. He was like, did you seriously say you're gonna wash me away with Surf? I was like, yes, I washed you away with Surf. It's like, very good one. So I go for another Surf, and I'm like, okay, he can have a poison-based move, so I'm a little concerned about that with Ludicolo. But I do a pretty good amount of damage. Sludge Bomb hits. I'm fully invested in Special Defense and Salt Vest, so I'm like, at least I'm good, even if I'm poisoned. But I'm not sure if the rain ends, which is a little bit of a concern. Let's see where the rain goes. Oh, he withdraws. So the rain is still up, but he sends in Dusclops, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, he could go for another Sucker Punch. I'm just like, I pretty much got this in the bag. I've seen all of his team. I know what he has. His Cofagrigus is down low. Rain does stop, but Dusclops, I'm not too worried. I mean, even if Poison wipes me out, it is what it is. So, Dusclops goes for Shadow Sneak, and I'm just like, okay, I have to watch out for Shadow Sneak for Dusclops, because that move, I believe, always attacks first. So, what do I go out? I go for my Scizor. So with Scizor, I go, I believe, Swords Dance. Because I'm thinking, okay, I'm thinking this is endgame. He doesn't really have much else left. So I go Swords Dance time, and he goes for Shadow Sneak, and I'm like, Shadow Sneak's not going to do much damage. It does very little damage. So I go for Swords Dance, and I'm like thinking here, and he's like, uh-oh, I see where this is going. I'm like, you know where this is going. So he withdraws Dusclops, and I could have technically done another Swords Dance. But I was just like, oh, you're out. Bullet Punch. And his Gengar is out. I can't remember what the names are based off of. So we go for Acerak. Or Acerak. So I go for another Bullet Punch, seeing how much that will take out. And it actually takes out in one hit. Yeah, most of his Pokemon aren't very strong. So his last Pokemon is Dusclops. And this will pretty much be endgame, because Bullet Punch is going to take him out like that. Doesn't have much of a choice. So Bullet Punch again. And Dusclops is out for the count. So I gave him the 1-2 punch. And looks like Game Master is defeated. So I did a pretty good job during this battle, I have to say. It was a pretty easy one for my first one. But I only have one more. I did try to do another gym, but I unfortunately didn't get the third one. And at that time, I was like, it was the last day of PAX Prime, and I just wanted to enjoy it. And overall, PAX Prime this one was better than the last year, even with the lack of Pokemon League, because I enjoy hanging out with my friends, and that's what PAX is all about. So once again, I just want to thank you all for watching this video. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, like button, comment below. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Google+, and Twitter. And I will see you guys on the next video for the PAX Prime Pokemon League. And this is Nick of StreetPass Princeton signing out. See you guys later. Bye!